This video is not going to make you a more confident version of yourself, but what it will do is demystify the concepts and the noise around how you can develop your confidence. Hi, my name is Rahul Kole. I'm a storyteller, TEDx speaker, and a show host. I've been doing this for close to 10 years. And one of the most common questions that I get on my social media is how can I become a more confident version of myself? Or how can I get rid of my insecurities? So let's find out. Before we continue with this video, please do consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video because it tells the algorithm that you're finding this helpful, and the algorithm will then push it to other people who might find this helpful. And that does wonders for my channel. Confidence means different things to different people. For someone trying to get a girlfriend, confidence could mean walking up to the person you have a crush on and asking them out on a date. For someone getting into university, confidence could mean going out there and making new friends. For someone who is about to deliver a presentation at work, confidence could mean not sounding stupid in front of your audience. But what we have realized is confidence is a feeling. It's a feeling of being sure of yourself, of being comfortable within, of coming from a place of security. And it is a feeling. It's a feeling that can be replicated from situation to situation. But what we have to understand at this point is confidence is domain specific. It means that I could be confident doing one thing and not be confident at all doing another thing. In my case, I'm extremely comfortable making small talk and making conversations with strangers. I do well in social situations, but then if you keep me in front of a 10th grader who's solving a physics numerical problem and then you challenge me to beat that 10th grader to the solution, then I will start visibly palpitating because it is out of my comfort zone and I am not confident there. But going back to what I said earlier, confidence is a feeling. If you can feel that feeling, then I can also take that confidence with me when I try and approach that math problem. Maybe you're somebody that's terrific at writing code. Think of yourself being that really confident person getting into a heated argument with a coworker about which database you want to use. Carry that same kind of confidence the next time you want to speak on stage or you want to talk to a random stranger at a cafe. Until recent times, I used to think fake it till you make it was terrible advice. It sounds like what charlatans do and what scamsters do, and I didn't want to associate myself with this school of thought. But I want to think back to an incident very early on in my life. I think I was about 4 years old, and this was the first ever event that I participated in. It was a dressing up competition, or what we called back then, it was called a fancy dress competition. I don't know if you have participated in something similar, but if you have, drop it down in the chat and I'd love to read it. I was 4 years old. I didn't know how to dress up or what to dress up as. So obviously the person in charge of the entire event was my mother. She decided to dress me up as a fisherwoman, believe it or not. And I had only one line. I was supposed to go up on stage dressed in a sari with a fish basket next to my waist. I was supposed to go up on stage and say, Machi Lelo, which in Hindi means buy my fish. That's all my line was, Machi Lelo. I don't remember too much from this event, but I do remember walking up on stage, feeling frightened, and then weeping my heart out. This is a terrible start if you wanted to have a dream career in public speaking. And then my class teacher walked up on stage, held me by my hand, and took me to my parents who were seated in the audience, visibly embarrassed. That made me hate the stage. But my desi parents were relentless. They thought, ki beta seekh ke rahega. I will teach him a lesson and he will get better when it comes to going up on stage. And they'd push me up on stage every single time, and I'd hate that feeling of going up and hundreds of eyeballs staring and looking back at me. And this is what my parents would tell me. You're confident, pretend like you're confident, nothing is going to happen, pretend like you're confident. Again, I thought that was terrible advice. Why should I act like something I'm not? But then over the past few years that have gone by, I have heavily discounted how much this advice has helped me out. In many recent incidents where I'd have to talk to somebody who's much older than me or much more senior than me at work, or talk to an audience that was much more learned than me, I have used this principle of pretending like I am confident even though I'm not. Because to the observer, they can't tell the difference between real confidence and fake confidence. All of us have something called the spotlight effect, which means when we're walking around in our lives, in our day-to-day normal lives, we feel like there's a virtual spotlight on top of all of us that's following us as we walk, that's following you wherever you go. Maybe you forgot to do up your fly after you went to the loo. And then you found out an hour or 2 hours later and you're thinking, oh no, this is terrible. I wonder how many people saw me. And usually that answer is zero. Unless you went around telling people, nobody's observed that your fly is down. Or if somebody had observed that your fly was down, they'd be nice enough to come and tell you, hey man, your fly is undone, fix it. We tend to think we're the most important people in the world, but we seldom are. No one's usually paying attention to us. Yet we think that we're the center of everybody's worlds. So embrace this feeling. Know that when nobody is paying attention to you, it's a liberating feeling to go up there and do whatever you want, to go up there and experiment. It gives you an unusual degree of freedom, so embrace it. In my experience, most strangers that I've met are generally nice. They're people who don't mean harm and they're waiting for you to come and say hi to them. But you have to make the first move. Making friends is not as hard as people make it sound. It's normally something as simple as, hi, I'm Rahul, I don't think we've ever met. Or hi, I'm Shreya, I don't think we've ever met. It's such a great conversation starter and invites the other person to introduce themselves, which starts a conversation, and then you can find something common that both of you have, and then that develops into a friendship. But always be willing to make that first move. This is how I've made most of my friends in university and at the company I work at, and I may not know all of them really well. I may know some of them just by name. But that feeling where you can walk up to someone and say, hey man, it's been a while, we haven't spoken. Can I get you some coffee or can I get you some tea at the cafeteria? That gives you a sense of belonging and it makes everything nicer. Most of us love drawing a circle around ourselves and calling it our comfort zone and just staying there. A great way to build confidence could be to do uncomfortable things, stepping outside of that comfort zone and doing things that just make you feel unsure about yourself, but doing them periodically. It could be going and watching that movie by yourself. It could be going and grabbing that meal all alone, without friends, without your cell phone. Doing these uncomfortable things can make you a much more confident version of yourself. Another thing that's worked for me, and I'd encourage and recommend all of you to do it, is to work out. Do a physical activity, either play a sport, go to the gym, learn MMA, whatever it is that makes you comfortable being in your own skin, that makes you comfortable with your own body. I grew up not being so comfortable with the body that I grew up in. I had insecurities about my height, the way I looked, that I was a skinny kid. And now that I work out and I'm healthy, I'm much more sure of myself. You could call it compensating or overcompensating for my insecurities, but hey, if it works, right? Along with doing the uncomfortable things, it's also about finding areas of comfort. Finding the things that you're most comfortable doing and doing more of them. For example, if you're somebody who loves to play chess and you derive confidence out of it, play more chess. That percolates into other areas of your personality without you knowing. Another thing I would recommend is identifying clothes that fit you well. For the longest time, I wore clothes that were loose, that didn't fit me well. Almost halfway into university, I made this change in my wardrobe where I wore more or less the same clothes every single day to university and then to work. This is what I normally wear. This is a black t-shirt from Jockey. It's called their athleisure wear. It's super comfortable. It's nice and soft on your skin. It hugs my body tightly and I think it's really comfortable. After doing all of the internal work, it's about fixing your external environment. You could do everything that I've mentioned so far and still not be confident, and that could be because of the people that you have around you. If you have a bunch of negative friends who put down your every move, then you're never going to feel sure about yourself. Cut out toxic friends from your life. Do a personal audit today. List down all the friends that you have and the ones that make you feel uncomfortable, the ones that make you feel not so sure about yourself, and let them go. Cut the damn rope. They're like an anchor in your life. Once you cut that rope, your ship is free. Your ship is free to sail. Do it ASAP. No one has ever got anywhere doing all of these things just once. If you go to the gym and you do bicep curls, 10 reps will not get you anywhere. 10 sets of the 10 reps also will not get you anywhere. Maybe 10 sets of the 10 reps done for 10 years will get you to having massive, ginormous biceps. So make it a practice, make it a lifestyle to do all of these things on a regular basis at a regular frequency. And then you will see yourself transform and blossom into this beautiful personality that's already there deep within you. You just need to let it come to the surface and shine. I hope these suggestions and ideas gave you a little bit more clarity about the confusing world of confidence and how we can grow it in our own lives. My only goal with this channel is to share ideas and concepts that will help us all become the most confident version of ourselves. We need to live a purposeful life that is full of confidence, not second guessing our every move, not overthinking our every move. And that's the end of this video. If you liked it, if you found this helpful, do consider again subscribing to my channel and liking this video and be a part of my journey to spread and share concepts around confidence. Bye now.